All right, I've got a two-parter here.
Okay.
And this is a good summation of some of the things that you've been talking about today. How do you get management to relieve fear of speaking up when people have already had those negative responses? They've already experienced some of those negative responses. How do you help managers to relieve that fear of speaking up when that's the case? And then there's a part two. We'll do part one first.
Yeah. So, it's interesting. I had this woman on my team, and I was trying everything. She had any interaction with me had always been, I had been so careful because she was like 5 levels below me. I know I had not led with fear and intimidation with her. And yet, one day we were driving somewhere, and she said, "I'm just too scared to tell you." And I said, "What have I done?" And she said, "It's nothing you've done, but you've got to understand. It was this guy did this, and that guy did this." And I said, "Well, I don't feel like that's fair to me." And she's like, "Sorry." And she wasn't going to tell me. And so I worked on that relationship with her for a very long time. But part of it was saying, you showing up consistently and saying, "I get that you may have worked for someone in the past." And you don't want to diss anybody. I mean, you don't say, "Oh, yeah, I know that guy. He's a real," right? You don't want to say that. But, hey, I get it. It's a it could be very real. And I'm sorry that you had to deal with that. I really am. And on this team, this is how we're going to do things around here. I promise you. And if you ever see me shutting down your ideas or treating you with disrespect, I want you to tell me. Okay, number 2.
They're getting harder.
Well, I'm going to start making you answer them then.
Oh, okay. So how do you help your leaders to overcome that fear that they have created? Or asking for a friend, how do you foster respect for younger, newer employees' ideas? So how do you manage up and help your managers and leaders to do some of the things that you've talked about today?
Yeah. So one thing I think in this is, hey, I just heard this lady talk about courageous cultures, and she had this idea model, which is pretty simple. I wonder, as we kick off a new year, I wonder if we could take one of these suggestions and play with it. She talked about this Own the Ugly thing. That'd be kind of interesting. She talked about this index card thing. I do wonder what kind of things people are scared of around here. And because I care about this team, and I want next year to be great. Would you be willing to try? I think that is one way. Always with your boss. You heard my other book was Overcoming an Imperfect Boss. So, always remembering that your boss is a human being just like you, and they are likely doing the best that they can, and how can you help them? How can you help them do even better? And the only way they're going to be able to do that is with support. And so just like you would do other things for your boss, helping them with the team dynamics, I care about this team, I want it to be successful. Be the leader you want your boss to be. What can you contribute?
And I would add on that one, in terms of fostering respect for younger and newer employees' ideas, that if you can help them to share ideas in a contextually relevant way, give them the strategic information they need, help them with the idea model, the more you can equip them to share their idea in a way that gives it the best legs, the more respect those ideas are going to receive.